Hello everyone. Welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. This report is for Saturday, May 30th, 2020. My name is Lysander Xanthus and I am a clairvoyant, psychic, and energy healer. Today I'll be sharing with you the astrology, numerology, and card guidance for our day ahead, as well as guiding us through a few spiritual exercises. Today on MMR is the weekly planets. So this is the day of the week where on MMR I share with you the planets for the week ahead, as well as the astrological aspects for the day ahead. All right, so I am going to begin with a little singing bowl to bring us into a place of peace. Next, I would like to guide us through a grounding exercise. Grounding each day is important to help us release any energy that may not be serving our highest good. It's a simple way to practice self-healing. We're going to do this together now, and I'm going to lend some of my energy to assist you in this release. So imagine yourself inside of a large bubble. This is your aura. Imagine gently attached to the bottom of this bubble is a pipe that leads deep into the earth. Imagine your bubble is filled with a dark color representing the energy we are releasing. You're going to see this dark energy drain down the bubble, down the pipe, and down into the earth. Remember to breathe as you visualize this. We release all energy that is not serving our highest good. We release all energy that does not belong to us, all energy belonging to others. We release all pain, all negativity, and anything else that we are now ready to let go of. We release this energy from every layer of our aura, from every chakra, from every part of our being and body. We release. As you see the last of this energy drain through the bottom of your bubble, see the drain disappear, and know that your aura is sealed and complete. The pipe falls away from you and dissipates into the earth, and we've grounded. So after releasing energy, it's always a good practice to replenish your energy. and we are going to be doing this through a mini crystal healing. And today I'm going to be using a quartz crystal orb. I'm going to be channeling the energy of this crystal to you and through your energetic body. Quartz is one of my favorites. It's amplifying, transmuting, and healing. I'll begin. All right. To bring this mini healing to a close has been the energy of quartz. I hope you enjoyed it. While we are in this energetic state, we are going to move into our affirmation for the day. We're going to say this affirmation together 3 times. Let's begin. I see the best within myself. Within is an endless supply of strength and love. I see the best within myself. Within is an endless supply of strength and love. I see the best within myself. Within is an endless supply of strength and love. As always, I encourage you to take this affirmation forward with you in your day ahead, if you are so inclined. And that concludes our affirmation. All right. And so now I would like to move into our card of the day. So the card of the day is intended to give us insight into our day ahead, May 30th. As always, the card of the day comes from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. I'm going to draw a card for us now. This is a collective message, so you may find that you resonate with the entirety of the message or just parts of it. All right. We got our card pretty quickly, so that's always good. And today's card is Trust. Trust. Do you have issues with faith? Do you have expectations of betrayal? Do you trust the mystery? Do you insist on mapping each tiny detail of your life, believing yourself to be the center of the universe? This marker reminds you that trust is required to move forward on your path. Belief and trust in a higher power is about having faith that the outcome will be what it should be, no matter what it is. It is timely for you to place your trust in the divine, in your angels, and in the knowledge that there is a divine plan for all. This marker also asks you to remember that humankind is imperfect. And even if you place your trust in another, there is potential for this trust to be broken. This means that you need to be discerning and not trust blindly. Be mindful of who and what you place your trust in. Is this person, thing, or situation worthy? In a relationship between you and the mystery, you and the God, Goddess, and you and the divine living planet, there is a sacred relationship where trust is never broken. Only you can break it by forgetting who you are, a spirit in temporary human form. Remember who you are. And that is our card for May 30th. All right. Next, I would like to share with you the numerology for May 30th. This is a 3-day. And so the guidance is what I jotted down here. It says, what will you share with the world? What is living in you? From this understanding of yourself, what lives inside your heart, communication flows. Your communication with others and all the different ways you express yourself will be more effective if you're actually in touch with what's inside. And so that is the numerology for the day ahead. Next, I would like to share with you the weekly planets and the astrological aspects for May 30th. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the weekly planets, I'm going to relate those first, describes what sign each planet will be in over the next week between May 31st and June 6th. At least in my time zone. Maybe off by a day or so, depending on where in the world you are. Or like a few hours, you know. All right, so we will begin with the sun. The sun will be in Gemini, of course, and so during this period, there is a focus on communication, on our connections with others, as well as many other things, and highlighting the way we express ourselves, the intellect, and where our attention is drawn during this time. We may find ourselves drawn in many directions, but we can be especially effective either by focusing our efforts at communication and connection, or alternatively allowing ourselves the ability to flit about and to explore things a bit, to just be open. If you have your birth chart, any houses ruled by Gemini are areas of your life that will be highlighted at this time. All right. And then the moon, the moon is in Libra, starts in Libra for between May 31st and June 6th. And while it's in Libra, our inner self, there is a need for cooperation between us and others, a desire for harmony, and we may feel a greater need for beauty. We can find a lot of emotional and spiritual nourishment in surrounding ourselves with different kinds of beauty. If you just look at something nice, surprisingly, people can look at a lot of ugly things throughout their day, and everything we see, we take it in a little bit. So it's a good thing to be reminded of. Thanks, Libra. And then on June 2nd, the moon moves into Scorpio. And here our inner need shifts into an emotionally very intense place. There's a strong desire to express ourselves and to really be in our feelings. And if we are around others, we want that intensity and that truth and authenticity. If we are in a relationship, we strongly want to feel that desire from our partner. We may be strongly pulled towards expressing ourselves artistically, or we just may be in an intense place overall and potentially even a little moody. On the 4th of June, the moon moves into Sagittarius, and here our inner self shifts into exploring within ourselves and making discoveries about ourselves, being more curious about the world as well. And we'll come back to that in a moment. Then on June 6th, the moon moves into Capricorn. And here the inner need becomes to take what we've learned about ourselves in Scorpio and Sagittarius and perhaps use that information to organize our lives and to gear us more to move in the direction that we desire to. There's more of an inclination to lead ourselves or others here. And then kind of backtracking a bit, on June 5th is the full moon in Sagittarius, and it is also a lunar eclipse. So we have finally arrived to eclipse season. Such fun. Maybe I'll talk about eclipses a little more in another video. But the full moon in Sagittarius, this is a great energy to open yourself to greater wisdom and knowledge and to broaden your perspective. Let's see. I'll sort of take a look at something. It really lends a lot of illumination and inspires deeper curiosity and to kind of explore things. And with the energy of the eclipse, it's sort of like just lends a nuance to that energy of really digging deeper and not only discovering things for yourself, but the desire to share that knowledge with others or to share what is in you with others, or to share that discovery with other people, and so on. That is moon. Mercury is in Cancer, so the way we think is more intuitive and emotionally inclined. The way we perceive things and think about things may be emotionally biased or colored. We can be more perceptive, observant, and intuitive about other people and situations during this time, which is good, or even about ourselves. Venus is in retrograde in Gemini. This brings a lot of reflection and a time of reviewing our past relationships, romantic or otherwise, and it's an opportunity to forgive and really let go and cleanse ourselves of that emotional baggage to finally let the past be over. It's also possible for reunions to occur between you and people in your past, for better or for worse. So it's not really geared either way, just sort of touching on what has happened and an opportunity to free ourselves of it. Mars is in Pisces, so our temperament can be a bit emotional, but if we're patient with ourselves and others, we can avoid being overly emotionally reactive. There is a strong push of energy towards and strong initiative towards emotionally supporting others and towards being creative and intuitive. So we're very much in our feelings with this. Jupiter is in retrograde in Capricorn. And so this is a period of reflecting upon our ideas of success and reassessing that image, those ideas and values we're carrying. And it's an opportunity to kind of change our minds, to release, to kind of step off the path that society set up for us, or our parents set up for us, or whatever, and to put ourselves on a path truly of our own choosing, and to define what success means to us, rather than fulfilling an idea created by others. Uranus is in Taurus, and this is here to kind of shake things up, and has been for a while. It's encouraging us to get out of our old comfort zone, which was a rut, and to create sort of a new comfort zone that's a nest, a place we can grow from, rather than a place that keeps us stuck. Neptune is in Pisces. During this time, we have more conscious awareness of our subconscious self, emotions, and intuitions. We can take advantage of this easier access to guide our decisions, our path, and our choices to be in greater alignment with how it is we truly feel, what we truly value, and who we really are. Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn. This is a very intense energy, and it lasts through a good chunk of this year, through a few Mercury retrogrades as well. So it's here to kind of strip things away, whether we want to let things go or not. Anything in your life that has expired, it's kind of reached its natural end. And especially if you're still holding on to it past its expiration, it's likely to get cleared out. It may be qualities within yourself, habits, a way of life, a job, a relationship, and many other things as well. This is likely to touch on issues of independence, dependence, codependency, and issues of control and power dynamics between you and other people, and your own sense of responsibility or denial of responsibility, and your own personal sense of power. So all those kind of ideas in all the many, many, many ways they play out. Finally, Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius. This is, again, a period to reconsider and review the way that we connect with others, what it is we're sharing with others, the impact we have on other people in the world, and the impact that we are allowing others to have on us. And to think about if it's a good thing or not, and ways we want to change to become more conscious of the influence we have or are accepting, and to be more responsible about that, about what we're creating. All right. So those are the weekly planets from May 31st to June 6th. Now I would like to share with you the astrological aspects for May 30th, our day ahead. This describes the energy present in our day ahead, as well as the influence it has on us, the energy that's available for us to use. This is all regardless of our individual sun signs. So first we have the moon in Virgo in opposition to Mars in Pisces. And this is really a kind of a feeling of intellect versus feelings, intuition versus, logic versus passion, planning versus doing, intellect versus intuition, and so on. So kind of being a little at odds with ourselves, possibly creating confusion. Our inner self versus our temperament. So essentially this boils down to, we may think one way, but act another way. In some ways, I feel this could be very illuminating if we pay attention to ourselves. We may consciously think one thing, but our behavior or the way our temperament lashes out or acts out, our emotional impulses may tell us that there's more to what it is we're contemplating or to how we feel about a situation or person. So everything can have a benefit. Then we have the moon in Virgo squared with Venus in retrograde in Gemini. This kind of lends itself to overanalyzing about our past relationships, overanalyzing your feelings about those relationships, and trying to figure them out and to resolve the past, trying to solve what happened, when it doesn't make sense what happened, or you have regrets, or things didn't go the way you were hoping to. Or you may kind of push all your feelings and all your thoughts about those past people out of your awareness entirely, just full denial and no. So there's an inclination to do that. I feel as though it's also an opportune moment to see that trap for what it is and to realize, because Virgo, for as much as it can be overthinking, it is ultimately practical, may realize it's also an opportunity to realize that no matter what, the past can't be changed, and that instinct to push it out and away could also express itself as you're pushing those feelings away, it's actually also a letting go. Let's focus on what we really have control over, which is now. All right. Then we have the moon in Virgo in opposition to Neptune in Pisces. And so this is our inner self in relation to our deeper subconscious self. And we may feel like we're kind of contending against our subconscious deeper self and struggling with our emotional biases and ignoring personal truths. Again, so it's really an interesting kind of day, along with the numerology. This may all sound very antagonistic and very much like we're at odds with ourselves, but there's a great thing about tension, is that it can really highlight stronger than other ways, more strongly than when we're in harmony with ourselves, how it is we really feel, what's truly living in us, and put us, thanks to articulate intellectual Virgo, be able to really articulate that mess inside of us to really sort things out with those around us, or at least for ourselves, where our real needs lie, what we're really feeling, and of course, what to do about it. Because Virgo is very good at knowing the next step. And then finally, the moon in Virgo again is in triune with Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn. So this, after all those other aspects, at the end here, all that logic in our inner emotional self with moon in Virgo can help us let go of what no longer is serving us, what has expired. And it can prompt us to really ask about the people in our lives, the situations, the things in us. So all that kind of subconscious emotional mess that we've been at odds with the whole day, at the end with this aspect to Pluto, we can ask, does it really have a place in our lives now? So even though Virgo can be a bit fussy and overly logical, it serves us well here at the end by really asking us to look at the bottom line of, we feel all these things, but does it really serve us to hold on? Is it really serving us to continue to perpetuate these inner conflicts, to keep these skeletons from our past alive by feeding into them? And if we're observant and we're in tune with ourselves, we may hopefully gain these insights in the day ahead. Or perhaps it'll all happen on a lower subconscious level, because there's always so much happening within our psyches if we're not paying attention. So it's all good things. And that is the astrology for the day ahead. All right. I'd like to take a moment to say MMR is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you. On screen in a moment are the names of the members of our Patreon. Thank you so much for your continued support, for helping me to be here each day, sharing this information with everyone. Thank you to everyone who shares this video each day, helping more people discover this resource. And of course, thank you to all of you who watch. This was created for you. Visit patreon.com/Morning Metaphysical Report if you'd like to learn more about MMR and how you can support it. You can join a monthly subscription. People who are patrons get access to exclusive content, including the monthly Metaphysical Report, which will be released in the next few days, the one for June. So if that interests you, check out the link. And now I would like to guide us through a psychic shielding exercise and set an intention for our day ahead. So psychic shielding is important to do each day to protect yourself from foreign and hostile energy from other people and spirits. We're going to do this together right now. I hope you'll follow along. So imagine or intend that in front of you, you are drawing a gold equal-armed cross. In the center of that cross, see a white rose open and bloom. Draw that gold energy upward and draw a cross and bloom a rose. Behind you, draw a cross, bloom a rose. Below you, draw a cross, bloom a rose. Connect these 4 crosses in a vertical gold ring surrounding you. Take that gold energy to the side and draw a cross, bloom a rose. Connect to the cross behind you to the other side, draw a cross, bloom a rose. Connect these crosses in a horizontal gold ring surrounding you. Stop here at the side. Connect your crosses in a vertical gold ring going sideways. So you should be inside of 3 gold rings. Imagine or intend seeing gold energy spread, filling the spaces between these rings, creating a complete gold sphere you are inside of. And that concludes the shield. You've cast a psychic shield. Finally, I would like us to set an intention for our day ahead. I encourage you to set an intention for yourself or to accept my intention for you. We are the creators of our reality, and this is just a simple way of engaging that for ourselves each day. This day ahead brings us into deeper connection with ourselves and gives us crystal clear clarity about all the things happening within us, and the practical mind to know what to keep and what to release, and how we may best step forward. And in doing this, we know the universe is on our side and supports our true will. We open ourselves to receiving all of our good, and we accept all of our good for ourselves, knowing it is ours now. We are grateful. Thank you, and so it is. If you enjoyed watching MMR today, remember to like, follow, or subscribe to Facebook, YouTube, or Patreon to continue seeing it each day at its airtime, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thanks for sharing this time with me as always. I hope this episode has served you well. Be most blessed in your day ahead. I'll see you all again very soon. My name is Lysander Xanthus, and this has been the Morning Metaphysical Report.